Hi, my name is Maya Chapel, and this is my TLI Frames project. First, I'll be talking about my list of contents. Today, I'm going to be going over frames as the overall general, my personal frames, and then frames as the organizational leader. Okay, first is what are frames? My personal definition of frames are frames of the perspective that you look through life. They are the interpretive lens that completely shapes and makes our understanding of the world surrounding us. They are based on our specific values and morals, influence our perceptions, guiding the decisions we make every day. Having different frames all throughout the world is very important because then if we all had the same frames, we'd be very monochromatic. We'd have no ideas in the world. We'd have no new influences. It would just be the same, the same, the same. Everyone would be the same. Everyone would act the same. Everyone would look the same. And that's just not how the world is. You have multiple outlooks and multiple frames. Next, I'll be talking about frames examples. The main example I'm going to talk about is the color lens. The color lens are different categories of perspectives that highlight certain characteristics. Now, the main one, we're gonna break it down into four main ones. There are more, but these are the ones that like people mostly focus on. First is the blue lens. A person with a blue lens focuses on structure, logic, has clear expectations, is very good at analyzing, very analytical. They value accuracy, planning. They're schedule oriented. You can't give them 80 million ideas. They need one idea that they can focus intently on. Someone with a red lens is a person who leads with experience and confidence. They are finding ways to win and to get it done and to do it right. They value resiliency, taking actions, having confidence. Sure, they can become overconfident. There's never too many positives, but there's also a few negatives with each lens. Each person has their own blindness, their own flaws. Um, the green lens. A person with the green lens focuses on putting people first. Group work is their diamond. They work in a group, they perform the best, they get the best outcomes. They are the culture of the organization. If you need an event to help team bonding, that is the person to go to. They are very more people first instead of themselves success. The yellow lens. Person with the yellow lens is the person who is inspirational, hopeful, they are the social and the creative. They can spit out 50 billion ideas in 2 seconds, then spit out one idea and focus on. You notice that some of these have contrasting traits, like the blue lens and the yellow lens. Blue lens is very one idea, analyze, analyze, analyze. Well, the yellow lens is, I can give you 50 ideas, but then we'll pick a good one. Same with red and green. Red is very overconfident, very self-centered, it feels like sometimes, but the green lens is all about everyone's first, and sometimes they come off timid, so maybe the red lens is a little intimidating to them. A keynote thing is a person when leading has a main leading color, but they still have every other trait. It's not, oh my gosh, I'm red, I would never have a green. Maybe you don't use green as often, but you do have a green. Next, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of framing. They help you understand how people think and how to help them. Being a leader isn't about yourself, it's about your team, who you're helping. And that is a big benefit. If you could jump into someone else's frame, boom, you know how to help them, you know what they're best at, you know all these things. They help you make decisions quickly and they explain why people behave. Like, maybe this person's too overconfident to me, but maybe they're leading with red and I'm leading with green. So we won't get along the best, but we can still work together. We'll find a way. And that jumps into my next topic of what is reframing. And reframing is what I just said. It's being able to take yourself out of your own perspective, your own lens, and look at someone else's. It's helpful with understanding what you need to get done. If there's an issue, you can look at both lenses and decide maybe this situation, this person didn't read it because they weren't thinking the same. And that's a big problem. But as a leader, you need to be able to find a way to solve it, and that is reframing, being able to look at multiple lenses on the same issue and then make a solution. It leads to fewer assumptions and better problem solving as a whole. It helps just everyone get together instead of breaking apart and everyone who's a red working together, everyone's agreeing. You need to work as a group. So you need all the colors as one to successfully make a project succeed. And so having multiple frames helps do that. Next, I'll be talking about my personal frames. I lead with red, and yeah, I do come off as overconfident with some people. And I've learned how to take a step back and be able to balance that between who I am and what I want to be. These are three main things I think speak out to me. My confidence. I'm very confident in my work, and that shows when I speak up, share my ideas, take initiative to get things done. I'm very proud to shake your hand first, introduce yourself. Action oriented. I'm action oriented the way I work, where I like to move quickly, keep problems things, and keep things on board. I don't want to slow down constraint. Next is being outspoken. I am outspoken in a way that I'm not afraid of what I say. And that can bite me in the butt, and I do realize that sometimes people say this openness is too aggressive, too confident, and you take a step back, and I do realize that. Next, I'll be going over frames for organizational leadership. How do frames help a leader understand the organization as a whole? They provide value perspective of the people working with that. You need multiple frames, multiple ideas. It helps make sure your workers are doing what they personally. Like if you're a red, you're good at meeting new people, helping them confidently, giving them what they need, helping them start it. If you're green, you have the culture of your entire team, like things like that. Um, Lenses and frames like help a leader be able to identify what their team will be best at for each person. And it helps see things from a customer perspective. Maybe I am red, but we're making a product for green people. I need to be able to look in the green lens, know what I'm talking about, and know how to help these people the best that they are. My next subtopic under forms of organizational leadership is how does reframing play in leadership action decision making? As I said before, helps understand all sides of an issue before making an action plan. If these two people are battling it out, I'm going to look at both frames, be able to understand how to do it. So maybe I'll look at my frame as well, but I'll also look at theirs to see maybe where that's mixed up. They just both misunderstood something. Helps the leader think other perspectives of decision because of other leading styles and colors being present. Red, I can maybe have a very red idea for a problem that we have, a very red solution. But maybe I need another perspective. Like I need to be able to look at multiple thoughts like, oh wait, this might not work for this person because they won't be able to do it. Or I might be able to see maybe my idea's just wrong and I needed someone else's idea and input to be able to put that together. And it helps the leader think how it might affect the customer if they view a certain decision. If I say we're going to move the shopping cart aisle, the checkout aisle from the right to the left side of the screen, that can mess people up. Like if you're blue, you're used to you like it on the left, the right. You like it that way. It's always been the way. It's that way for every other company. If this one company's on the left, and maybe you don't want to shop there because it's different from your original brand. Things like that help build your brain and how things are going to work. And that is all for my project. Thank you so much.